Hi, just talking this time about labels. Um, Often I get people asking me and giving me details of their stories and saying, do you think I've been abused? Do you think I'm in an abusive relationship? Or sometimes, do you think I am an abuser? Which is a question, in my experience, that only a victim would ask. Abusers don't tend to have that awareness and are open to the possibility of being abusive. In fact, that's the last thing that they'd recognise and be able to look at. So, yeah, whenever anybody asks me, do you think I'm an abusive person? I might be. Then that's usually an indication to me that they're not. Um, so that's a trick to all the abusers out there, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think I could be abusive? Anyway. That comes with a lot more detail behind it, obviously. So yeah, labels, they can be incredibly useful to know the victim label, particularly for people that have been abused. It can be very useful to say and to be able to recognise that yes, you have been in an abusive environment, and you've been a victim. However, there's a danger of that, of holding on to it with belief. If you believe yourself to be a victim, then you will behave in accordance with that belief, along with that label. You will believe yourself to be a victim, and so you will perpetrate that. You will continue to be what you believe you are. So while it's very useful for understanding the past, if you project that into the future, you're just going to get more of it. Um, there's many old adages to that, aren't there? If you always do what you always done, you'll always get what you always got. So while it's really useful to understand what made you and what I was going to say presuppositions, but what beliefs in your subconscious were programmed in your childhood. It's really useful to know and to be able to recognise what that's caused for you. But going forward, you need to be able to kind of recognise that, but then drop it to move on to say, what am I going to be? How am I going to react? How am I going to think? Am I thinking positively? Am I thinking positively like a victim, which is on top of negativity, of low self-esteem? Or am I thinking in a positive way? Then the feelings you'll get, there are good feelings. Positive feelings are good feelings, and that releases serotonin in your mind and makes you feel good. Whereas negative feelings will release cortisol and inhibit free thought in your mind, and prepare you for the drug cortisone prepares you for physical reactions, so fight or flight reactions. It's not great for creative thinking or for feeling good. In fact, that's where depression leads. So that leads to depression. Exercise, mind you, burns off cortisone. So that's a good thing. But if you're thinking bad thoughts or negative thoughts or difficult thoughts or even victim thoughts, then you're going to be producing more of that down drug and spiraling down. So really you need to change your victim mentality, change your belief. And there's so many tools out there that can help. Sometimes I come across this whole thing about labels. I think it perpetuates it. Like I've said, I've come across psychotherapists and counsellors who say, well, let's not work in labels, which is fine. But if you've got the belief that you're a victim, then that's kind of perpetrating it. So you're working on top of something else, a negative belief. So you're trying to be positive on top of a negative belief, and it just won't work because the stronger belief underneath will undo anything above it. So it doesn't mean that you have to go deep down into a really difficult time at all, but it does take work and just bringing up the awareness of those things underneath you. And like I say, there's lots of tools out there that can help and can work for you. And everybody's different. So some people will go into a spiritual side. Some people will go into a more fact-based way or pragmatic way. So there's lots and lots and lots of things out there. And I know quite a few of them, but it really comes down to the individual. What's going to make that go, aha? What's going to make the penny drop? It's finding that hook within. There's my hook within that's going to go yes and blow away that limiting belief. particularly the one of victim mentality, because the more you believe you're a victim, the more you'll just perpetrate that and get more of that into your future, whereas you really want to leave it behind, particularly for the children, if you see the other video that I made. Okay, I'll stop rambling there, but I hope that's making sense. Do give me some feedback on that, and continue to give me comments, and look at the other videos that I have up here. Hopefully it's spreading the word nicely. Certainly from the comments I'm getting, it's a good thing. So I will continue. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.